So when working with function composition, sometimes we might just need to find a specific output, and we don't necessarily need to find the entire new function. So for example, maybe we have f of x equals x plus 3, g of x equals x squared minus 5x minus 6. And we don't necessarily need to find f of g of x. Maybe we'll get a series of questions saying something like find f of g of 3, find g of f of -1, maybe find f of 0. That's something we haven't seen yet, right? A function composed with itself. No reason we can't do that. And similarly, maybe we want to find g of, I don't know, say 2. Okay. So let's go through these one by one here. So number one, if we want to do f of g of 3, what we need to do first is find g of 3, and then whatever g of 3 is, we put that into f, right? So g of 3 is going to be 3 squared minus 5 times 3 minus 6. So just plugging 3 in for x and g. So we're going to get 9 minus 15 minus 6. So this is going to be -12, looks like. So now that we have g of 3, f of g of 3 then becomes f of -12, right? Because that's what g of 3 is. So f of -12 is going to be -12 plus 3. So that's equal to -9. Okay. So we don't actually need to find the function f of g of 3. Of course, we did in the last video. So if you want to check the answer, just plug 3 into that function and you'll see that it should come out to be -9. Assuming that there's no mistakes anywhere, of course. So now we'll do 2. Maybe I'll do some of these in red, just to distinguish the colors here between the questions. So let's say this one was 1. So g of f of -1. So first we need to find f of -1. So not much work to do here. We just plug in -1 for x and we get that that's equal to 2. And now we go ahead and plug this in to the function g, right? So g of f of -1 then is g of 2, because that's what f of -1 is. So g of 2 is going to be 2 squared minus 5 times 2 minus 6. Okay, so 4 minus 10 minus 6. So 4 minus 10 is not minus 6, minus another 6 is minus 12. So we get -12. So again, we already did find the function g of f of x in the last video. So if you plug -1 into that, you should get -12. So you can do it in either order. Let's go ahead and do number 3 here, f of 0. Okay. f of 0, so f of x is equal to x plus 3. Just write that up there for reference. So f of 0, we can find that first. F of 0 is 0 plus 3 equals 3. Okay. So then f of 0 becomes f of 3, because that's what f of 0 is, right? F of 0 is 3. So now f of 3 is equal to 3 plus 3, which is going to be 6. Okay. And now finally, just stick with the purple here, g of, I believe it was 2. Yep. G of 2. We actually already found this, so we could reuse some of the answers here, right? G of 2 up here is equal to -12, so no need to do it again. G of 2 is -12. So then we're going to find g of negative 12. Sounds familiar. Did we do that one? No, we did f of negative 12. So we do need to actually do g of negative 12 then. Sorry, this should be equals negative 12. So we have negative 12 squared minus 5 times negative 12 minus 6. Okay. So this equals 144. Negative 12 times negative 12 is 144. Plus 60 minus 6. So this will be 204 minus 6. So we'll get 198 as our final answer.